What's going on, Giants fans? We have a signing to get to and some rumors around Jabrill Peppers, but I want you all to weigh in on the show early. The internet is in a frenzy, so I'm wondering where you stand. Are you with Will Smith or Chris Rock? Type WS for Will Smith, or if you're rolling with Chris Rock, go down in the comments and type CR. What's going on, guys? Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and in today's show, we're going to touch on some rumors floating around Jabrill Peppers and him taking a free agent visit to a team we'll get to in a second. But first, we got some news to get to. The Giants, they have signed another interior offensive lineman, Max Garcia. We'll break this down throughout the video. This is someone that spent last season with the Arizona Cardinals, started 11 games as a spot starter. He didn't get into the NFL as a starter. He started a couple places, played 16 games twice with the Denver Broncos back in 2016 and 2017. But Jordan Schultz, he was in on the news first, saying the Giants, they signed Max Garcia to a one-year deal. I expect it to be a veteran's minimum type of deal. I mean, that's really all the contracts the Giants have given out this offseason besides Mark Lewinsky. And he said Garcia previously started 11 games with the Cardinals last season. He said it's a nice add for the G-Men. We'll continue to break this down. The thing is, he has 52 starts in his 7-year career, and in 2016 and 2017, he started every single game with the Denver Broncos, and he's just an okay player. This is an interior offensive lineman that can play left guard, right guard, and center. I don't expect him to be a starter. This is a depth piece, kind of like some other guys the Giants have signed. I think Feliciano will be the starting center, and then if he struggles, Garcia, he could slide into that role. This isn't a world-beating signing. This isn't an all-pro type of guy, but at the end of the day, you got to fill out the roster, and everybody knows the Giants' offensive line is the weakest part on the team, so they're adding bodies into that position group, and people are just going to compete in training camp and leading up into the 2022 NFL season, and the top 5 guys will play, and that's what I like about what Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll are doing so far. Let me know, though, where do you stand? What's your one-word reaction to the Giants signing Max Garcia? There's a lot of different ranging opinions and emotions on Twitter that I'm seeing. It isn't a guy that's going to come in and start on day one, but maybe he slides into that role. But get in the comment section and let me know your one-word reaction to the signing. Mine is meh. Okay, all right. I mean, you have to get 52 players on the roster, and you got to get 90 to cut down to 52. This guy is going to come in and compete for a starting job. I don't think he's going to win it because, as you saw last season with the Arizona Cardinals, he was just an okay player. When you look at the PFF grades and the 2021 stats where you allowed just 4 sacks, I don't want to take the PFF grades and say, oh, wow, he didn't grade it above a 60. He's not a good player. I guess you can say that, but I think PFF does a good job of grading and putting a number value on how good offensive linemen are, but he is still an okay to solid player, an overall grade of 56.3, a pass blocking grade of 54.7, and a run blocking grade of 59.3, and those have been his numbers throughout his NFL career. His best season was in 2016 when he had an overall grade of 72, a run blocking grade of 69, and a pass blocking grade of 70 in 2016 with the Denver Broncos. This is someone that just continues to add to the Giants' depth. This is what Joe Schoen is doing. He's taking out his dartboard, he's putting it on the wall, he's got his darts, and he's just throwing as many as he can at this dartboard, hoping that he hits. And I like that. The more people you can bring in a competition for the 5 best starting offensive linemen, I like that. But we got to be clear about this. This isn't a starting guard. If he's your starting left guard on day 1, week 1, you're going to be in trouble. Hopefully the Giants can find that starting left guard in free agency or in the NFL draft, because they haven't done so in NFL free agency. And some news just came across that Will Hernandez is signing with the Arizona Cardinals. So you lose Will Hernandez and you add Max Garcia, kind of a trade or a swap. I think Will Hernandez is a little better player, but I think he also is going to get a little more money. So grade the Giants free agency for me thus far. Through all the signings, through the first one, through Robert Foster, where everyone was like, dude, what is going on? Why are you signing a practice squad guy on day 1? Until this last one of Max Garcia, I lean somewhere from a B- to a C+. They didn't have a lot of cap space to make a lot of moves, but they did what they could with the money they had. We knew they weren't going to go out and get guys like Terron Armstead and got names of such other players like that. But I'm curious where all you stand. Go in the comments and grade their free agency so far, A, B, C, D, or F. And this is why you subscribe. When news happens, we get in the studio and we get you a video. And look, we're trying to get to 7,000 subscribers. We're about 170 away. So if everyone that's watching this video, you love the Giants, so subscribe, because this is a one-stop shop for all Giants news and rumors throughout the NFL offseason, leading up into the draft. Through the draft, we're going to be live for picks 5 and pick 7 of the NFL draft. So subscribe and turn your notifications on, because this is the time of year that crazy stuff happens at crazy times, and you don't want to miss a video. So go down right now and hit that big red button. Jabrill Peppers, the safety that's currently a free agent and has a lot of he's a fan favorite. He was the team captain for the past couple of years for the Giants, and he is visiting the New England Patriots right now about signing with them, and that makes sense. He's a Joe Judge favorite, and Joe Judge is now with the New England Patriots. He had him as a captain, so there's some ties to that organization. He's currently rehabbing from that ACL that knocked him out midway through the 2021-2022 NFL season, and there just really hasn't been a lot of buzz or any rumors or news popping up that the Giants have interest in bringing back Peppers. And that hurts, because I think this is someone that could really thrive in the new defense under Wink Martindale. When you can use him in the way that I feel like Wink could do, where he lines up in the slot or at the top of the safety, where he's the cover 1 guy or the cover 3, or he can play in the box as a linebacker, I truly believe if you give someone Jabrill Peppers, if you give him Wink Martindale as your defensive coordinator, you can use him as a Swiss Army knife. He can come off the edge and blitz. He can line up over tight ends. He can do a little bit in the slot and cover some tight ends and some slots in that slot area, and he's great against the run. If you look back at what Jabrill Peppers did in 2020, his last full season before he was hurt in 2021, he had the best season of his young NFL career. 91 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, and 11 pass breakups. Those are all career highs. Patrick Graham got the absolute most out of Jabrill Peppers, and I think Wink Martindale could do the same thing. We know Wink is a very creative type of defensive coordinator that has a lot of unique blitzes that he likes to put out there. And I think Peppers would thrive in that type of defense where he could just be a money badger type of position. He's a positionless guy, not a safety, not a linebacker, not a corner, but he's just a football player, and I think he could thrive in that system. We're going to talk more about Peppers and whether the Giants should bring him back, but first, I want you guys to get yourself ready for the NFL draft. The NFL, they just released their draft hats, and these are what the Giants' number 5 and number 7 picks are going to be wearing on draft day. They got flat bills, they got curved bills, they got fitted, they got adjustable, all different kind of hats. But to get those deals, you got to go to chatsports.com/GiantsDraftHat. That's chatsports.com/GiantsDraftHat. When you're watching the draft coming up in a month, wear the same gear that the new Giants are going to be wearing. You'll feel right in touch with it. So go to chatsports.com/GiantsDraftHat. When you look at this DB depth chart, there's only 3 people on the roster that play safety: Xavier McKinney, Julian Love, and Jerron Williams. This is someone that I like, but it's not someone that I want to be my third safety. And I don't really want Julian Love to be my starting strong safety either. So when I think about it and I crunch the numbers, the Giants, they need another safety. I would love for it to be Jabrill Peppers. I think Peppers and McKinney and Love is a great trio of safeties. They all do different things. I think that's kind of what you want in your defensive back room. You don't want 3 safeties that do the exact same thing. And with the way the Giants depth chart is shaking out, if you add Peppers, I think you're sitting in a pretty good spot, and you wouldn't be forced to take someone in the 2nd or 3rd round at the safety spot. But if you let Jabrill Peppers go, maybe that means you're honing in on Kyle Hamilton with pick number 5 and number 7. That's a talk for a later day, but I want to know what you feel about Jabrill Peppers. Do you want him back in Giants blue for the 2022 NFL season? If you do, go down in the comments and type Y for yes if you think they should re-sign him. Or if you're like, I don't know, man, the ACL is getting a little older. He didn't look as spry last year with the Giants. That's fine. You can go down and type N for no. You don't think the Giants should re-sign him. On our last Giants video, I asked you guys at the end to get in the comments and comment your birthday, and I would give all of you a shout out on the next show. So that's what we're going to do right now. Albert Santiago, I appreciate you commenting. You're always watching the videos. Skylar, I appreciate you. Marty, he also commented. So did Ohio Hurricane. Has there ever been a hurricane in Ohio? I'm not sure. Darren Gale, you're always in the comment section. I appreciate you as well. Same with Gerald Abram, Tony B, and Sophomore Slump. That is a creative way to spell that, like that Russ pick. Then Dominic and Hixie Dust. That's my guy right there. You're always chopping it up with me on Twitter and on YouTube. I appreciate you. And Big Brother Thunder, Big Big Cujo66, Marcus Gilmore, and Roberto Hernandez. I appreciate you all commenting, and we'll do this. For everyone that answers this question now on screen, go down and name your favorite Giants player ever outside of Eli Manning or Lawrence Taylor. Those are kind of the two popular answers we get. Mine is Eli, so I had to go down and dig a little bit in the trenches. And you're wondering, why is there a dog now on screen? It's because if you look at the Black Lab, that was my dog growing up, and his name is Shockey. Yes, named after Jeremy Shockey. We're a Giants household. I'm a big Jeremy Shockey fan. I always loved the tenacity and the effort he played with, and he always killed the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's why we named our dog Shockey. And I'm just curious, get in the comments. If you got a dog, comment their name, or you can go down and comment your favorite Giants ever. If you made it this far in the video, give us a like and give me a follow on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I really appreciate it. Trying to get to 2,000 followers, and I need your help. So give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_.